I don't think I've started this out yet today. It's already almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's raining, and guess what? Guess what? My appointment today? Outside, kind of. It was kind of inside, kind of outside. I did both today so far. I have one more appointment today at 3, and it's also outside, and the rain is not supposed to subside. Please keep in mind that I've told you, and it happened, the last 2 jobs I had were undercover, and the weather was perfect. So, things just need to mesh up differently a little bit. Gonna head home here for a little while and get lunch. Phoenix did make it to our house yesterday, just to let you guys know. However, the edit went so long on everything that I just did what I did and went to bed. And Phoenix wasn't feeling too good, so he's actually home from school today. Sad panda. All right, second appointment of the day, and we're dealing with this Chrysler right here. This one here is a cranks no start issue, and so wow, here, does that help light me up a little bit? So I've established that the computer does not have any computer trouble code, so it doesn't sense any problems. The battery is good, it's cranking over. The computer does recognize that the engine is cranking over, so the crankshaft and camshaft position sensors are good. We have spark available at the spark plugs, and we have negative and signal available at the fuel injectors. So what does that tell you? What's missing? You need a couple things to start a car. You need timing, you need fuel, you need spark, and you need compression. I have no reason to believe that compression's not there because it sounds healthy when it's turning over. And what's the other thing? Oh yeah, we probably are looking at a fuel issue. So I want to go through and figure out if we have any fuel pressure. This is how we do it. All right, as you guys can see, it's liquid sun shining right now. I mean, it's raining, but it's sunny. Anyway, I just got through testing for fuel pressure. There was no fuel pressure, so I went back to the fuel tank and tested for power and ground at the fuel pump while it was plugged in. It's very important to have it plugged in so that the circuit's actually loaded. But check for power and ground. I had power and ground at the fuel pump, so we have a bad fuel pump. So I'm recommending that, and then I'll be on my way. For the last, oh gosh, that trash stinks. Oh gosh, that really stinks. For the last 2 days, you guys have seen me work, but you haven't seen this guy here, who's feeling better today. Say hi.
He's busy learning about the wilderness.
Oh, okay, well that's good. Hi. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm totally taking that trash out.
Oh, it smells horrible.
Oh god, ew, gross.
You can't do that.
No. Oh, hopefully it was masked by us going like, ew, gross. Oh gosh. It smells like stinky trash.
That's disgusting.
It really is. Okay, we'll have the wind carry it downstream to our neighbors. Oh, I'm all dark right now. We have an interesting situation. We'll tell you guys about it later. Probably for COC. What are you doing? Oh, no, for COC.
Not my feet.
Don't film. I want your feet.
Don't film me.
Okay, back up, back up. Everything's happening right now. I want to go take the trash out. We'll talk to you guys in a bit. I just want to touch base and say hi. Oh, hey guys.
It looks like it should say, look, TJ. Mushrooms.
Do you guys remember years and years and years ago when I said, a ghost flew up my nose? Well, you don't remember it. You weren't even born yet when a ghost flew up my nose. I don't think anyway. Oh.
I hate it when ghosts fly up my nose.
This looks like what she said too. So apparently my allergies have been kicking in. And unfortunately, there's a ghost stuck in my nose. Ah, get it out!
Are you gonna vlog that?
I'm gonna vlog that.
Okay.
Ghost nose stuckage.
Ghost nose stuckage.
Watch this. Let me out, let me out. What's this?
Mushrooms.
Oh yeah. We joke with her son all the time when we're out hiking. We'll send him snaps and we'll be like, hey TJ, look, mushroom!
Yep. And
Yeah.
I saw this and that's what I thought.
Yeah. Speaking of mushrooms, I got some cool video of mushrooms the other day. And pictures too. In fact, Here's one of them right now.
That's a picture of a mushroom and the flowers next to a mushroom.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah. And mushrooms with scenic stuff behind it.
Are you laughing at this right
Ooh.
now?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's so pretty.
What are you talking about?
Funny situation I told you guys earlier that we would tell you about. Well, not really a funny situation, it's just kind of weird. So we had this guy stop at our house, and he said that they were updating the cable lines, both Comcast and CenturyLink were updating the cable lines to be fiber optic. And I got to thinking in the back of my head, it's like, I thought they already did this a while back, but I just let them keep going. And he said, we can upgrade your modem so that you can get 100 megabits per second.
He didn't say we can, he said we are upgrading everyone's modems.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And
You're
I
right.
was like, I wasn't facing him, I was on the other side of the door listening.
Right.
He was
First
holding
of all,
the dogs back.
yeah, Coda was like really wanting to get him, so I was like, yes. So yeah, you're right. He said, we are upgrading everybody's modem. Are you going to be home next Wednesday? And I'm like, I don't care who you are. I'm not going to tell you if we're going to be home or not. And I'm like, I probably. And he said, okay, because what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get this taken care of, and then we'll bring you your modem, and we'll install it, and then you can take your old one back to Xfinity. And I'm like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
It's like,
Who are
you're
you
not,
with?
yeah, who are you with? And I can't remember the answer to the question or whatever. But I was like, so you guys are going to come into my house? And I'm like, no. I asked him for a business card. He says, sorry, I don't have any business cards. I'm a walking billboard or walking business card or something, calling card. I'm a walking, talking calling card or something like that. I'm like, okay, this just seems really suspicious. Because he was wearing a badge that was not Comcast. It was not
Xfinity?
Xfinity, Comcast, which is the same thing. It wasn't any of those. It was another badge, and I couldn't read it. I didn't have my glasses on, but I could see the company name, and it wasn't either one. So I'm like, so are you going through and getting people signed up or whatever? And he's like, yeah, we have it. And I'm like, no, thank you. Because he came off totally like he was the company, and we are going to replace your modem. I'm like, no. So
Oh, no, you're not.
So he takes off from here. He goes to the next door neighbors. He had parked in their driveway,
Yeah.
which was weird. And he had this not baseball cap, but he had a cap on, and it
Just
was
didn't look
not a company
professional.
logo. He had red shoes on, and he just didn't look professional at all. He didn't talk professionally.
No, and we got a real bad feeling from him, so I
So did the dogs.
texted the neighbors right away after he started walking out of the driveway and said, is that guy at your house that was just at our house? Because it just seems weird and shady. So we were texting back and forth, and then the next thing I know, I can hear yelling outside, and then all of the neighbors were out on the street, and this guy...
He moved his car from the next door neighbor's driveway across the street, and it's like, why don't you just park on the side of the street, hit a couple houses this way or the whole block, and then come back and get your car? There's plenty of parking. But he parked in the driveway, and then he pulled out from the driveway and pulled it into the driveways across from us. I'm like, that's just weird. And then apparently he knocked on the door over there, and the lady didn't answer right away, and then she answered, and he said, no, you just get back in your house.
No, the one lady answered, and they were talking, and the lady was getting a little more animated with him, like, who are you? And no, I don't need any of this. And then it's like not a duplex, but triplex or something, and the other lady that lives in the same building popped her head out the door and said, is there a problem here? What's going on? And he was extremely rude to her. And
yeah, he was actually yelling
racist
obscenities.
Almost.
Yeah.
And then so they got all up in arms, so he left there in a hurry.
So our other next door neighbor went out and started taking photos of him and his car.
As he went to the next neighbor's house, and then he got mad at her and started coming towards her yelling. And then her husband came out and was obviously upset.
Dude, it was so awesome that all of the neighbors around here although we were from kind of different cliques, a lot of us, but we all bonded together, chased this dude out of the neighborhood. It was great. And then there's this big thing on social media now on our group page, and it was just an experience. It was crazy.
It really was.
Okay, Dennis McIntosh, you say bonjour again. Mr. Brote says hi again. Joseph Blau, hello everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hey everybody. Daniel Guy, you locked your keys in the car, and I have misplaced mine between last night and this morning.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Oh. Yeah, I guess at least I knew where my keys were.
You're really good with your keys at the house.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible.
A place for everything and everything in its place. That way you never have a question as to where it's at.
You always put stuff away from me because I'll like just, without even thinking about it, I just put stuff down and then I have no idea where it was put.
Maybe I have a little, not OCD, but what's that other thing to where you just, the Rain Man. What was he?
I didn't watch Rain Man.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm...
Autistic?
Yes. I think that I am a little autistic when it comes to things because, just for instance, when I worked at a shop and somebody said, hey, can I borrow your 10mm wrench? And I'm like, yeah, bottom box, second drawer down, right side, third one from the back. I could actually tell them exactly where it was.
Yeah, you do that to me all the time. You'd be working in the yard and you're like, can you go into here and go into the third drawer, bottom section, blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, I just had to remember all the steps. And if I go to it, I'm like, go to here, do this, pull this out. It'll be under this, with the blue, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and it's exactly right where you said.
Yeah. I'm spatially
it's a little
aware.
Weird.
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so Emerald Gypsy Art. Didn't you take the Stillicum Ferry one time? No, I don't know. I've never taken the Stillicum Ferry ever because I've never gone to any of the islands on the other side. Years ago, we'll get to it in a second. George Smith, Service Matinard and Ahoy Captain Troy, which means hello. It's in German, so I don't understand it, but hi.
Okay.
I translated it earlier when I was online. Bren, you call this content? JK, JK, JK. That must have been so cool to just enjoy nature like that. That view is straight off of a postcard. It's so nice. LOL. Awesome vlog, dude. Thank you very much.
I didn't watch it.
We'll watch it before we go to bed. But I really was trying to focus on showing people that have never taken a ferry or don't live around water. I mean, we take it for granted that we're around this, and a lot of people, I know a lot of you are around this type of stuff, but there's a lot of people that aren't. People in Arizona, they don't experience stuff like this. Montana, you don't experience stuff like this. I mean, I guess you would the trees and stuff, but anyway, you get my point. Mon E, hi! Great vlog. Thanks. Peg Barrett, have you ever gone to the top of the Space Needle? Yes, I should have found the vlog. Sorry I didn't, but yes, I have. It looks very interesting up there. I bet your family would enjoy it. In fact, I don't think we went up there when you, Phoenix, and I went to the underground in Seattle, but we did. We went to the Space Needle, but we didn't go up there. But my sister and I went, and my mom and dad went to the Space Needle probably about year 3 of the vlogs, I think.
I was there when I was 13, I think, 14.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
We went up, we saw it, we were like, well, this is a lot like going to Toronto, and
yeah.
they got one there too.
You know what I'd really like to do with you? Climb all the stairs on the Columbia Tower. You and me just all the way to the top, taking the stairs the whole way.
What's the Columbia Tower?
Biggest building in Seattle. Tallest building in Seattle.
How many stairs?
A lot.
Is it kind of like
230 flights, something like that.
Oh, so it's like where I used to live on Promontory, where we had all the steps to go
Yeah,
up.
but worse.
Is it worse though?
Yes.
Let's go try it, and I'll tell you if it's worse
Okay.
or not.
Halloween.
Is it like the Coquitlam Crunch?
Worse. It's 230 flights.
Oh, I think it was more than that for Coquitlam.
No.
Monty, do you know? I have to look it up.
Halloween for that island was very pretty, and to take the ferry would be cool, but at the same time scary for me because I like water, but I'm also kind of scared of it because the only thing I know how to do is doggy paddle swim.
Oof.
Oh, I know how to swim. That doesn't mean that I want to try to see how well can Troy do in the water.
You wouldn't want to be dumped into the middle of the ocean and be like, let's see how you do.
No. I'd give you the door and you'd be like, Troy, come back. They both could have fit on the door. Jason Styles, new place to take the family for a day. Been a very long time since I was on a ferry.
I would actually like to go to that island and explore a little bit. I didn't see any stores though. There's supposedly there's a general store, but from the ferry inward, I didn't see anything. So it's mostly residential, I guess. Ben Massey, awesome ferry ride, very neat experience. You got a little ferry there. That's cute. I've been on a boat from Seattle to Vancouver Island and have been on a car ferry 2 times back east, but never in the semi. At my other job hauling boats, the drivers there used to take the ferry with the semi out to the islands and unload boats to Lopez Island, and FedEx has a terminal out in Friday Harbor on San Juan Island, accessible by car, ferry also, and another vlogger I watch has been out there 2 times. Enjoy your weekend. I know Josh, Trucker Josh, has been on a ferry with a semi, and it wasn't like a 20-minute trip. It was like a 8-hour plus trip.
8 hours?
Over in like Newfie area.
Newfie area? Newfoundland?
Yeah.
Don't call them Newfies. Only Newfies are allowed to call themselves Newfies.
Wow, that's racist.
I love it over there.
Van Nile NSX, I live on Vancouver Island. Believe it or not, I'm actually on a ferry right now headed to Horseshoe Bay, Vancouver for a weekend getaway with the family. We're going to Vancouver Whitecaps game on Saturday night.
Oh, nice.
Oh, final comment. Josh Bryant, wow, you lived there for most of your life and you haven't visited the islands? You should check out Orcas and San Juan Islands. I know those are accessible by ferry. Okay, this is what Emerald Gypsy Heart, and I said I'd get back to it in a second. So as a kid, years and years ago, I have been to Orcas Island. There's actually like orcas on Orcas Island.
Not on the island.
No, not on the island.
I
On
hope
the
they're
shore.
not on the island.
And then I've also been, I think I've been to the San Juan Islands, but I've certainly been to Vashon Island. So I've taken ferries before. It's not like I've never taken them, but this was the first time that I've ever taken a ferry for work. This is the first time I've ever taken the Stillicum ferry, and I think it's the first time that we've ever filmed being on a ferry in the vlogs. So I haven't been on a ferry in the last 12 years. There's a lot of smaller islands that are state parks, but you need a boat to access. I was lucky as a kid. My mom's boyfriend had a 45-foot bayliner, so we spent every other weekend up there in the summertime. Lots of trails and camping. Ooh, camping. Trails. Okay, I know this has gone on long enough. Did you have anything to add? We've rambled, and Phoenix is feeling better. He's just fine.
Yeah, he's he wasn't sure how he felt this morning, and then he perked up, and we took it easy today, and we watched some very entertaining educational shows. We actually got roped in and sat here and watched them with him after dinner.
Yeah,
They were entertaining, and it was stuff like you learned it in school, but you kind of forgot.
Yeah.
And it kind of refreshed a lot of things.
And it was a kids show, so right at my learning level, so that was great.
But yeah, overall, I mean,
he started getting a scratchy throat at his mom's on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then when we picked him up from school Wednesday, he was totally fine. He was out playing with friends, and he's like screaming and stuff. So we thought that a scratchy throat was because he was like screaming. We had to say, Phoenix, stop screaming.
Yeah, you get little boys together, and holy cow.
But yeah.
They're rowdy.
So the incubation period puts it at last weekend, probably.
Yeah,
that he was exposed to something. But anyway, he's fine.
Take it one step at a time.
He's
okay.
a kid. They get sick. That's it, guys. Happy hunting. See you tomorrow.